call me Triple H. A lot of guys call me H. A lot of guys call me Trips.
It's all about Triple H!
Back 20, 30 years ago, you never talked about somebody outside of theirs. The world has changed. People that aren't fans think like, isn't that just a bunch of guys pretending to fight?
You got a map down in your head.
I believe that our business is actually more complex than anybody understands.
Tell them to go now. Tell them to go now.
This is a calculated, coordinated production. 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
Soap opera, baby. Show business.
The story never ends. And as we enter into a new era here, there are a million things to figure out. We have one of the all-time greats coming back for a retirement run. We have incredible performers still in their prime. We have storylines that are years in the making. Young talent that will become that next generation of superstars.
I want to put a rocket on your ass.
Everybody wants a spot. But there are only so many available.
Oh my god, yeah, I fucking peed myself.
That is the biggest challenge. It's like putting together a puzzle, but the pieces are always moving.
Oh, God.
We're going to lift the curtain. We're going to show you things you've never seen in this show.
Oh, no. To the ladder. T-Bar Big John.
You okay? For the first time ever, we're going to show you how the story unfolded, John, before your eyes.
I was so scared not to come back. It was good enough for the fans.
I'm fucking losing it right now. You've always been a main event guy.
I don't get here without you. Thank you.
This is absolute insanity. I need your soul.
Ready? Here it is. Get two camera.
Just getting started, man.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
You want to do some Christmas stuff today? Do you want to put ornaments on the tree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to put this
You want to put this guy?
Shawn Michaels?
Gingerbread Shawn Michaels. He was my favorite wrestler. All right, so
He
we're...
looked just like that too, like gingerbread.
Yeah, he was made of gingerbread. They used to call it sweet chin music because of the gingerbread. My name is Cody Runnels, and my wrestling name and what I go by, and pretty much I've gone by my whole life, is Cody Rhodes.
Libby thinks that Cody is a professional dancer.
Because she saw entrances, which is the big music and the lighting, I think she thinks there's a component of dancing to it, and has asked me before, are you going to go dancing? Will you be dancing? And I think she's even said when we showed her a couple clips on YouTube, oh, this is the dancing. It's not the worst parallel. I'm good with that. If when asked what Papa does for a living, I'm a dancer. For my daughter, I'd be the best dang dancer I possibly can be. My role in WWE is that I am currently the undisputed WWE champion.
The American Nightmare is here.
It is a role that is kind of the hood ornament for the company. I get to be one of the most authentic, if not most authentic, wrestlers of this era, simply for the fact that I play myself. I am myself.
Cody is the closest thing right now, I think, that we have to just a pure babyface. That spot, in my opinion, probably the most difficult spot in the business right now. Easy to be a bad guy. Tell people a bunch of convoluted shit that seems reasonable to you, and that's fun and easy. just to be the guy that does the right thing all the time and overcomes and always succeeds. People start to feel it's predictable. People start to feel like it's like nobody's that good. You know, it's a tough thing.
I felt like such a bigger baby face tonight.
Yeah, as white meat as you could be.
Yeah.
As fucking white meat as you could be.
Be that way until we can anymore, you know?
It ain't going anywhere. And now we just got to navigate it. That's our fucking job. Our job, me, you, fucking everybody. But we navigate this now and figure out where we need to get it. At some point here in a minute, I need to get a picture of you. One of my favorite ones ever.
There's a huge difference between being a wrestler and the WWE champion. I've seen Cody through every one of those seasons, and this by far, the demand of the job is unimaginable.
I'm incredibly lucky that my wife and I met in wrestling. Otherwise, she would have left. She knows what this push is. She knows what it could mean for the future. And she knows what it means right here and now. People say it all the time, the face of the company. Yeah. When people say that, my heart like skips a beat. Because I always wanted to be that. I just didn't know I could. There you go. Look, that's perfect. All right. Yeah.
So, January 6th, the premiere on Netflix for Raw is massively important for me. Putting us on a platform that is, 300 million homes in that ballpark globally. That's a lot of people. Jan Snakes?
Yes. Paul is our chief content officer. His experience as being a former superstar for so many years has kind of helped aid him as a performer. He was great.
Triple H with a pedigree. Triple H wins the title.
He was a student of the game.
Tonight, an army to take
Kind of understood the bigger picture of storytelling. So now he's brought that to his role as chief content officer here.
I think Cody doesn't have like a role in this show. I think he's been eyeballing this show as far as like wanting to be a part of it.
Yes, yeah. He hits me fucking every day. With Cody Rhodes, the bigger the star, the more you want to provide some scarcity of their star power to keep them as big as they are. So it's special when Cody Rhodes is there and fans see that and feel that and they're anticipating your return even more. So you have to know where everything is going long term and way in advance. So we tend to break it down sort of into seasons. The season will start with January 6th, the Netflix premiere. We'll do the weekly television shows at minimum twice a week. Along the way, we will do the Royal Rumble, which kicks off the road to WrestleMania. We will do Elimination Chamber, which continues that road to WrestleMania. And then we will get to WrestleMania itself, which is a 2-day, basically it's our Super Bowl. Along the way, you're building up these storylines. Obviously, the biggest storylines revolve around our biggest stars, chief among them being Cody Rhodes. But John Cena is coming back for one last year of a retirement run, arguably one of the greatest performers in the history of our business. And the return of John is a wonderful thing and a challenge at the same time.
My name is John Cena. The name I use in the ring is John Cena. My government name is John Cena. Wrestling is the foundation of the house of my family relationship. I grew up in a family of 5 boys, and wrestling was our conduit. It was our connection system. I appreciate this as my hobby. It's the best of imagination land. Not only did I do it during my free time, but I paid to do it.
that I am the future of this business.
So I would do this for free. I just physically can't do it anymore.
Cody Rhodes is
in many ways kind of inherited that mantle from John Cena. And Cody understood just how much the Netflix premiere meant for the company. And Cody, I think, just feeling as if he calls himself the quarterback of the team, he wanted to be a part of it.
Cody wants to save Cena.
I know.
Like Cody wants it, like they all square up to fucking, take Cena down, and Cody runs in and fucking makes the save.
Totally understood. Obviously, one of the biggest shows in the country, Cody is fighting for the franchise. Probably a reason to have him on the show. We don't have a half a dozen heroes who are just, everybody's got stories. So it's like, we're going to chuck Judgment Day out there. It's.
Also, I get Cody's point of view, but also, like, it was the first time we see John Cena in, a year? But, like, first time he comes out and, like, somebody's got to save him. It just feels off to me, too.
We can write and choreograph whatever we want back here. You have to be ready for the element you can't control, and that's the audience. If you ignore them, man, they will skewer you. But I think whatever a performer does, they have to invest in it, and the roster's pretty deep. We got a lot of all-stars.
So right now I have Punk and Seth, Roman and Solo, Rhea and Liv. Matches are so big you would want to give them time.
Yes.
I love taxidermy stuff, so I have a two-headed duck, I have an octopus, a bat, crocodile, I have this little mozzie mosquito. This is like a shrunken head. I love creepy artwork and dark colors, and I love all of that stuff. That's why my office looks like this. Technically my name is Demity Bennett, but I go by Rhea Ripley, and that's what everyone really knows me by. Rhea is a goddess name, and Ripley is from the chick from Aliens because she's a badass, and I just put them together. Thought it made sense. I'm from Adelaide, South Australia. I watched WWE growing up, absolutely loved it. WWE came to Australia when I was 17 years old, and they gave me a tryout then, but I was too young. They ended up coming back when I was 20, and they had another tryout, so they invited me to that. And yeah, the rest is pretty much history. It's weird describing Rhea Ripley for me because I am Rhea Ripley. It's just like a 10 times version of myself. She's crazy.
Rhea! Riptide! Through the table!
She's kind of scary, but you're kind of attracted to her at the same time.
Rhea Ripley absolutely possessed!
I like to say that it's the side of me that would get arrested in everyday life. She's just absolutely chaotic and sadistic and manipulative. It's all the sides of me that I don't like to show in my everyday life. I'm always Demi Bennett right before, and I'm freaking out, and then as soon as my music plays, I'm Rhea Ripley.
When that music hits, it's a moment in the crowd, and it's undeniable. She has it. She can be the biggest star in this business for a long time to come.
Yeah, sorry, my dog is playing with this tennis ball. But this is Luna. She's my first child. Barry's my second, and then Bella is my third. Barry's always everyone's favorite. Aren't you, Baz? You're the most annoying middle child that I've ever met. Huh? Yeah. You got bad breath, too. So the story between me, Liv, and Dom has actually been going for an eternity. It feels like it. This has gone on long enough. Liv and I, we have been feuding for 3 years. It's been a long time because we started as a tag team. And Dom and I, we kind of got put into this storyline together, which I don't think was supposed to be a relationship storyline. And then Liv Morgan decided to try and steal my family, which she accomplished. Dom turned on me and helped Liv beat me for the Women's World Championship. It was a wild ride. Before that, she ruined my entire life at work.
And she's sort of sucker attacking you. And
Did you want me to sort of fight back a little bit? Or
depends on what she's like. What is she throwing?
And that's where my idea kind of changed. She threw me to the wall, but like I have a third grade AC sprain. I full on broke character as well in that scene. My collarbone and my shoulder broke apart. She had to kick me into the second wall, but my shoulder was already stuffed up, so I'm like holding my arm. But Liv gets on me and starts punching me in the shoulder, in the bad shoulder, and I was like, somebody please get her off me. Bruh, I felt it. As soon as I hit the wall, I was like, I grabbed it and I was like, oh shit. I threw myself into the wall. Was it fun? 30-degree separation. So I had a grade 3 AC sprain, which means that my shoulder blade and my collarbone aren't connected anymore. The only way to get them back together is through surgery, and I opted not. So like it was either surgery, have a scar, or no surgery, have a massive lump in your shoulder. So that's why I have this bad boy. So he looks pretty gnarly sometimes, but it's just going to be there until I decide to fix it if I do, because I can still go back and have the surgery. I just don't want to have that extra time off because it's going to be 6 months compared to 3 months.
I know this sucks. Do not freak out. We will make this into something wonderful, okay? Sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Sorry about physical business. Shit hits everybody. Nobody walks out unscathed. Notice it. All right?
My entire life I've done this, so I can't say it's any harder now just because I'm older, you know. It's always been tough. Suffering is relative, it's situational. So now I think the landscape is changing so much, and that excites me. So I'm looking at that as like, this is uncharted water. I've never been more excited. My name is Punk, CM Punk, Punker, Cookie Monster, Pepsi Phil, Black Phillip. My government name is Phil. Yeah, it's a white accountant's name. I started wrestling in my friend's backyard in 1993. I started wrestling professionally in 1997. I was always drawn to punk rock because if there was a rule of punk rock, it's be yourself. I have a Hall of Fame career I could put up against anybody.
Oh my God! CM Punk is leaving with the WWE Championship!
But if there was one thing in the sport I have not accomplished, it's main event at WrestleMania. Initially, Hunter and I clashed because I was a main talent roster full-time the same time he was a main talent roster full-time. So there's that competition. And a lot of that generation was looking down at kids like me saying, oh, you're here to take my spot. Well, I'm not going to let you, or at least it's going to be a fight. Halfway through my career here, he becomes Office, and now I'm like, fuck you, you can't tell me anything.
I always felt like my job was I'm in between Office and the talent, but Punk would never let me assist, and he would then sometimes attack me. Like, you know, where there would be moments where we'd have a meeting and he'd come at me and I'd leave there thinking like, this little motherfucker. Punk didn't trust me and I didn't trust Punk.
I had been on the road 365 days a year for 10 years straight. After a while, the wheels fell off.
John Cena, while you lay there, I have a lot of things I want to get off my chest.
And you can say that I have a big mouth and I talked a lot of shit. That doesn't mean anything I said was nothing short of 100% fact.
I'm not on your lovely little collector cups. I'm not on the cover of the program. I'm barely promoted. I don't get to be in movies. But the fact that Dwayne is in the main event of WrestleMania next year and I'm not makes me sick.
This was Phil Brooks talking through the mouth of CM Punk and saying all the things that you weren't supposed to say.
If I didn't take myself off the hamster wheel, nobody else was gonna, and they were gonna work me until I died. When I left this place in 2014, I was heartbroken. It took maybe 10 years for me to heal from a lot of things. We'd had conversations over the years for me to be able to come back here, and just nothing stuck.
I felt like how he communicated with others needed to change. One time when he and I met, after he had left, this is years later, where there was a conversation about him coming back, I said, still the same dude, won't work. The last time that we met and talked with him, I felt like he honestly was different. It seemed almost like in the phone call we both realized, like, oh, he's different. Well, I'm different. Let's give it a shot.
It has been quite the night at the sold-out Allstate Arena in Chicago.
It's fair to say that me returning to WWE is the biggest return of all time.
Want to put out a picture of me and you and blow up the internet?
Yeah, what do you want to do? Say it next. Want to go to the logo? Go right back. Yeah. Oh, are you going to point at me? I'm going to point back at you. I don't know if it's ever been done.
He clearly knows he's much closer to the end than he is the beginning. When you get to a certain age, you start thinking about, look, I'm one big injury away from, I don't want to do this anymore.
Looking at myself and my career right now, I think my role on the roster is... I feel like we need to take another picture.
Yeah.
Like workout and then I'm the player coach.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
Can you take a picture for us? I'm a huge mark for Rhea today.
I love it.
For real?
I have years of experience that a lot of people don't have. I have made more mistakes, and I am happy to help them learn from them.
I love you, Jacob.
I love you, Punk. By the way, can I get a picture with you?
Yeah, 100%.
January 6th. It is not just the launch on Netflix. It is a new launch of WWE worldwide.
Main eventing WrestleMania meant that you were the number one guy in the industry. I'm looking at Netflix like there's only one debut Raw broadcast.
Let's do it. Start by putting over the match. We're going to call Seth out. Go to the head. That's the thing. I'm not doing it again. Gets in your face. There. At some point, boom.
Ladies and gentlemen, CM Punk.
There we go.
On its first night, Monday Night Raw on Netflix, one of the most anticipated matches ever. You against Seth Rollins, personal animosity disdain.
Seth right now looks and sounds like CM Punk from 2013.
I know, you know, everybody else knows. This is your last chance. One of two things is going to happen. you're gonna self-destruct like you always do, or if by some miracle you have changed and you've got any gas left in this old tank, maybe one day you'll be lucky enough to stand across the ring from me, and then I will expose you for the fraud that you are.
I think to understand, you have to talk about the history between myself and Seth Rollins, and it goes back quite a bit. You're talking about the 16-year-old Seth Rollins came to CM Punk and asked him to train him for free. Now, that entitlement, I think, has carried over into the adult Seth Rollins. Now, I don't claim to do those things because I wanted to thank you. I recognize that 16-year-old kid had all the potential in the world. And in my absence from this company, Seth did a fantastic job of filling that vacuum. But simply put, the starter's back. Second string got to sit back down on the bench.
To the house that I built when you abandoned ship. I got nothing left to say. Who's the bootlicker now, bitch? Come on. I got nothing left to say. I have a microphone. I don't need a mic. I don't need a microphone. Let's do this right here, right now. You want to say beginning of the end. It's my time now, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, in 19 nights, the series premiere of Monday Night Raw on Netflix.
Yeah, so before we get into anything deeper than that, let's talk about gorilla position. You know, years ago, when TV production started to become a thing, Gorilla Monsoon, very famous wrestler, he was timing things and controlling things from the area right before talent would walk out to go to the ring. That became known as gorilla position. Gorilla position in today's world, it is the epicenter of everything we do. The show is run from there.
The gorilla position is probably the most important position in the arena.
Have a great show, guys.
You basically control the world tonight. Your world, the world wrestling and entertainment is controlled from the gorilla position. You know, the gorilla position is very unique.